Hello, my dears. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back with another moment for chronic wellness. Thank you for joining me. I'm continuing my series on living with lung disease, talking again today about nosebleeds. And I just want to stop and say, while I have a lot of negative things to say about life on oxygen, I am so thankful that there is something called living on oxygen, because what happens when your blood oxygen saturation drops below 88% is that you start doing brain and organ damage. And for so many years, I was living on oxygen, and if there hadn't have been oxygen for me to be living on, I'm not sure I would still be here today. So thank goodness there is oxygen therapy for me to complain about, because I might not be here to complain about it if there weren't. So with that said, I was getting nosebleeds almost every day, and it's hard enough to manage a nosebleed when you aren't also managing to try to slurp in oxygen to keep from suffocating. And when I was managing nosebleeds in one or maybe both nostrils, while also trying to figure out how to keep the cannula in the other nostril while I was trying to staunch the flow of blood, and so like leaning over the sink, trying to keep one little prong of the two-pronged cannula up my nose while trying to figure out this one. What a mess. And trying to not get blood up the cannula, so that then I'm kind of choking on my own blood. Just what a mess. And so much to negotiate, and complaining to my doctors to try to have them help me figure this out, since none of the dryness products were really making any dent in that battle. So what I learned is, if you have really bad nosebleeds and you have health insurance, you can get referred to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, an ENT, and they can do an in-office procedure every 6 weeks or so called cauterization. And they can go in and just hold your nose up like a little piggy, and with a little laser go bzz, 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 to all your capillaries that are causing you problems and bleeding. And I'm also in prednisone, so it causes you to bleed more than you otherwise would, and just zap all the little capillaries that are making you bleed. And so then for 4 weeks, nosebleeds would not necessarily be totally gone, but almost completely gone. Then my nosebleeds would be like a 4 to 6 Kleenex situation, not a get a bowl and a whole box of Kleenex and maybe an hour later kind of situation. What a difference. They grow back. So then you got to go back and get them re-zapped again as they, make their way back down and start bleeding again. But oh my gosh, it does feel a little painful. I'm not going to lie about that. It does feel like somebody's getting tweezers and just yanking out a nose hair, but it's momentary and sharp, and then it's gone. And then those nosebleeds are gone, and sweet relief. So that is my second and serious pro tip for those of you who have nosebleed problems. Okay, I'll be moving on from the topic of nosebleeds for those of you who are done with the topic of nosebleeds. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you know somebody who needs this information, please get it to them. And if you have questions for me or comments, please send them. Thank you for being here. Until we're together again, be well.